What's up, Strava users and KOMers? I've got a fun little segment here for you today, and this was actually part of my last ride as well. The one where I went up Oak Glen and Wildwood to the summit. So this is actually the opposite side of that, the downhill part. And the segment is Oak Glen Twisties DH. And what I really like about this segment is that it's 3 miles long, it's very fast. You can see right there I've got a negative 8% grade, so I'm flying downhill. I mean, I'm going 40 miles per hour, 0 watts right now, but my watts go up and down, and I think that's actually a key to getting this segment pretty fast. So obviously you're going to slow down on the twisties. Some of those turns, some people take them faster than the others, and so you could see I just took that turn faster than my buddy Austin over there. But now, look at that on my watts. I'm up to the 300s. I was at 500 just a minute ago. So I really think that the key to hitting this segment hard is doing good in the turns, but really in between the turns, you got to get those watts up. So I kind of treated it a little bit like a criterium race, because you know, every corner on those criteriums, you stop pedaling, you slow down just a bit, and then as soon as you pull out of that corner, you are on it. So the same way here with these twisties. Every corner you come out of, you get right on the watts. And so if you're able to keep those watts up high between each turn, then I think that's how you're going to really do good on this segment. So here I am pulling up the KOM for this one, which is weird to call it a KOM because it's a downhill. But the KOM is by Chris Howell from Don's Bikes, and so he did it in 4 minutes and 16 seconds. And what I really like about this leaderboard in general is that, so on this segment, you're going to see at the end of the video that I placed 80th. And so there were several people that had the same time as me, and it seemed like every second or every couple of seconds, it wasn't just one person on that time. It was a whole lot of people. So the top 10 actually was the most varied amount of results. And so, what was it? 416. That was very fast. So he hit that pretty hard. And I actually looked up his average watts on that. And so you'll notice from my video that there's a lot of parts that I'm doing 0 watts. I'm coasting, and I'm tucking, and I'm holding an aerodynamic position so that I could keep my speed up. And you'll see my stats at the end. And it's interesting because out of all the zeros that I had on my dial up there, I still averaged 199 watts on this 3 mile segment. And the leader, that Chris Howell, I checked his ride, and he did an average of 202 watts coming down this segment. And so I wasn't off very far on wattage. That mostly just means that he took the turns a whole lot faster. He came in and out of it a lot faster than I did. So he's definitely a better technical descender than I am. Although I think I'm pretty good compared to a lot of people. But apparently I'm not as good as 79 other people because I placed 80th. Now if you look at this part of the course, this is actually one of the straightest sections of the segment. And so if you could keep yourself in a nice tucked aerodynamic position coming down here, then that would be ideal. And then this curve is actually pretty big and round, and I don't think that I hit that nearly as fast as somebody with a little bit more experience on these mountain roads would have done. But we are coming up right here on Potato Canyon, and right after Potato Canyon, there's just a short little section before the segment ends, and then as it takes a sharp turn to the left, there's Potato Canyon right there. As it takes a sharp turn to the left right here, you're going to see the yellow arrow signs on the side of the road, and that's right where the end of the segment is. So we are almost to 5 minutes and still on a negative 7 grade right here. You see the signs, and you know right past that is the end of the segment. So going hard right up to the finish, and there we go. So you can see that I did it in 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Average watts 199. Average speed 37.5 miles per hour. And if you want to compare that to the KOM, Chris Howell did 42.7 miles per hour. So I'm a couple miles per hour off, about 5 miles per hour off on average, which is interesting because our watts were, pretty close to the same. That means that he was using his brakes way less than I was. So something to work on for me right there. But all in all, I feel like I did pretty good on this segment because I was 80th out of 2,893. So I feel like that's pretty close. I think there's definitely room for me to improve. I'm pretty sure that I could move up that leaderboard if I practice on my technical descents a little bit. And the other thing about this segment is, sure, you could get more comfortable in the turns, but it's always a little bit dangerous, and traffic also determines how hard and how risky you're going to be able to go. Some of those turns, you could take them a little bit wide, but do you want to go into oncoming traffic at all? Which this road oftentimes doesn't have a whole lot of traffic, but you can never be too careful on those blind turns. So I don't like to do anything too risky. I don't like to veer too far left of the yellow line, if at all. So try and stay in your lane, be safe out there, have fun with this segment. It's really fast. The rest of this road goes all the way down to Bryant, and it's going to be a nice negative grade the whole way. So it's still fun and fast. I like to tuck in a really aero position on this and hold it real tight, and I get going pretty darn fast just by holding a nice tucked position, and that's fun too. Give yourself a little break on the legs and coast down there. So you can see right here, I'm only doing 190 watts, 200 watts, and still going 39 miles per hour. So the whole descent is fun and fast. So get out there, come ride Oak Glen with us, and you'll have a blast, I guarantee it.